Hey guys, Steve Simpson here with Central Florida Property Management. Hope everyone's doing great. I wanted to chat real quick about renter's insurance, something we get asked about a lot by both our clients and potential tenants. Okay, so I'm just going to go over what renter's insurance is, why we require it, and kind of who benefits from it. So renter's insurance is basically just like it sounds. It's insurance that a tenant gets while they're renting a property. And it pretty much has three components. Component one is it covers the tenant's personal belongings. So if you live in a rental property, God forbid, let's say it burns down, there's a flood or who knows what, and basically some of your personal property, your couch, your TV, your clothes, whatever, is damaged, the personal property component of that renter's insurance covers that. So if the house burned down, you lost your couch, the renter's insurance would cover the cost of the couch, less the deductible. Part two is liability. And this also kind of includes both I guess medical liability, injury, and then also liability for damage caused by the tenant on the property. So this component is the main reason why landlords want renter's insurance. It's why we require our tenants to have renter's insurance. And it basically goes, this is the most common thing we've seen, honestly, is that let's say a tenant's cooking, the kitchen catches fire, and now we have to replace the kitchen. Well, the owner doesn't want to make a claim on their homeowner's insurance because obviously they didn't cause the fire. So the tenant will make a claim on the renter's insurance to basically reimburse the owner for the cost of getting a new kitchen, or it would pay for the new kitchen directly. So as a tenant's perspective, basically it covers the potential financial loss of basically you damaging the property, maybe damaging somebody else's property, or liability, right? Let's just say, I don't know, some friend of yours is in your house and you do something and they get injured and they think you're responsible for it. The renter's insurance policy would cover, obviously what depends on what your policy says, but would cover a portion of that liability for you. And the third component is loss of use of rental property. So again, let's imagine the property burns down. Just as an aside, we never had a property burned down, knock on wood, but obviously it's possible. So let's say the property burns down, you still want somewhere to live. The renter's insurance policy would basically give you money to live somewhere, whether it be a hotel or another rental property, whatever it is. Since the property you are currently renting is no longer habitable, you can't live there any longer. So those are the three components of renter's insurance. As I mentioned, we mostly, as working with the landlord, care about the second part of it. But I can tell you, we've had tenants who, have definitely benefited from having renter's insurance for all three reasons. Basically, let's say there was a flood not caused by like a natural disaster, a pipe bursts, water all over the property. The tenant's very happy that they had renter's insurance that will cover the cost of replacing their personal belongings that were in the property. I already mentioned the part about kitchen fires, tenant being responsible for those and their insurance happening. And then we've had situations where the property became uninhabitable for a variety of reasons. Tree fell on it, what have you, and the tenant being able to use their renter's insurance policy to pay for another place to live obviously takes away some of the stress involved of when something like that happens. Also, and this probably goes understated more than it should, renter's insurance is fairly cheap. I think our tenants are able to purchase policies both through our online software and then independently. I think a standard conforming policy is around $17 a month. So it's pretty cheap. You skip a couple of cups of coffee at Starbucks and you're basically paying for your renter's insurance, have all that peace of mind, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's renter's insurance in a nutshell. I should probably go ahead and say I'm not an insurance agent or an insurance expert. This is just my knowledge of what renter's insurance is from working in this industry for a while. And just, for our clients out there, we do require all of our tenants to have renter's insurance and to name us as what's called a party of interest, which basically means that we are always kept abreast of them if they don't pay for their renter's insurance, or if they skip a payment or they default, or if they move out, they tell the renter's insurance, whatever. It basically notifies us so we can always make sure they actually do have the insurance policy in place. So yeah, that's that. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Hope you guys are doing great.